Financial success requires a high level of financial intelligence. Join Dr. Nick as he creates a wealthy mind only on ZFM Stereo.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. NICK OHIZU. I am the president of the Empowerment School of Wealth, and I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to what we call Creating the Wealthy Mind. Creating the Wealthy Mind is a subsidiary of the School of Wealth. It's a radio program that I hold on ZFM in Harare, Zimbabwe, every Monday from 10:30 in the morning to 11 o'clock. However, we want to bring you a video version of this so that you can have a complete and clear understanding of the message, and I hope and believe that it will change your life. The School of Wealth is an entrepreneurship training school that I established in 2009 in Harare, Zimbabwe, where I take time to teach entrepreneurship and financial intelligence from a very brilliant perspective. School of Wealth have changed so many lives, and I believe yours will be one of them. We are bringing knowledge that is particular to Africa, directed to indigenous people. The job of this program is to ensure that we create wealthy minds in Africa. As we are getting into the program, I want you to do me a favor. Every time this program shows up, share it on your Facebook page. We want to send a message to all Africans so that we'll be able to understand that there is nothing wrong with us and we have the capacity to transform our continent. First of all, by transforming ourselves, transforming our cities, transforming our countries, and then we transform Africa. We believe that Africa is the next big thing, and the only way we can change Africa is using Africans. We thank God for people that have spoken about Black empowerment. We thank God for people that have taught entrepreneurship, that are playing their part in every way to ensure that we revolutionize the minds of the indigenous people. We thank God for every one of you that has tuned in, and I look forward to making sure that you see us and watch us every Monday. So please make sure you check our Facebook page, the Empowerment School of Wealth, and watch this program and share it. Today, I want to talk about the Black mentality. It is a series that we're gonna be covering in the next few weeks or months. So I want you to do your best and take notes. And at the same time, we'll be sharing information about the School of Wealth so that you can make time to attend and join us in our next intake that is starting in the month of August 2019. I am saying that we want to first of all deal with the Black mentality, because if we don't deal with the Black mentality, we will not be able to conquer the poverty that is dominating Africa. Africa is not a poor continent. Okay, Africa is not a poor continent. It's only that we have poor-minded people living in Africa, starting from our leadership at the top to the ordinary man on the streets. If we will be able to transform our minds and convince us that God never created Africans poor, that God didn't expect us to live a life of poverty, we will then get to a place of financial and economic emancipation and independence. And I believe that it is possible for every human being to be financially free. Okay, there is nothing wrong with a political independence, but I believe there is something wrong with political independence with economic and financial dependency. We have to change that. So how do we deal with this? I want us to first of all understand that when you talk to an average African man, they want to accelerate their prosperity process. And that is why we are worshiping God the way we worship God, pray the way we pray. That's why we give the way we give, we fast the way we fast, and we do the things we do. Why? Because we want to come out of poverty fast. And coming out of poverty fast comes with pros and cons. So if we want to accelerate our growth, our business growth, our financial growth, how do we go about it? First of all, we have to understand the meaning of acceleration before we can even understand how to utilize it to deal with our financial processes. Acceleration means to increase speed, okay? It is a concept that is taken from automotive engineering. Okay, so if when you say to somebody accelerate, you means you are telling the person to increase speed. And most of the time, acceleration is had in automotive engineering, okay? But before one can actually increase speed, the person must first of all consider the following. Number one is you have to acknowledge your capacity, okay? When you talk about automotive engineering, you need to understand about what we call engine capacity. So when we are asking somebody to increase speed, the first thing we need to do is to first of all consider if they have the capacity to do so. Okay, when you are driving a car that is made of 1.5 cc engine, it is not possible for you to get to a certain level of speed. You know, when you do that, either the car doesn't have the capacity to accelerate beyond a certain speedometer, or you can actually damage the engine. So if you are driving a 1.5 cc car, you cannot accelerate like a 3.0 cc car. Number two, you have to also check before you increase speed, before you push, you must first of all check, are there malfunctioning components? Are there internal forces working against you? So if you say, I want to move my car from 80 kilometers per hour to 150 kilometers per hour, you realize that when you get to maybe 100 or 120, you discover that there are things that are not well on your car, like your shock absorbers are not well, or you realize that your suspension parts are not so good. And when you do that, you begin to feel some kind of vibration. So it's not just enough for somebody to say, I want to get prosperous fast. I want to get rich fast. You need to check, do you have things in you that are malfunctioning? What I mean by that is this. There are certain things that we have learned from childhood that have made it possible for us not to prosper. There are mindsets, okay, decisions and actions that we've been taught from childhood that has made it possible for a lot of people not to increase their capacity when it comes to financial freedom. Number three is what I call the present environment, okay, the conditions. What if I have the capacity, but the road is bad or it is raining? So that I attribute it to national economic crisis. So you realize that those people that are in Zimbabwe right now have different dimensions of challenges than people in South Africa or in Kenya or in Nigeria. Why? Because of the economic crisis that Zimbabwe is facing. You can be a very well-trained entrepreneur. You can have a very brilliant business idea, but the economic challenges in Zimbabwe can make it difficult for your business to progress like any other business that somebody is running in other countries in Africa that has a stable economy. Now, the next thing is what I call qualification, which is the major part. Qualification, maturity, and mentality of the driver, okay? You can't put a 2-year-old on a steering wheel and expect to reach your destination. What do I mean by that? The Bible spoke about training a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he cannot depart from it. We have parents that grew up in poverty and got married in poverty and gave birth to children in poverty and trained those children to be poor, because poverty is a training. Poverty is a mindset. Okay. I have seen people that were born poor and then they began to train their minds in prosperity and they changed their destinies. I am one of those people. And I want you to understand very well that it is possible for somebody to have the desire to prosper and get rich fast, but they don't have the mental qualification and maturity and training to do so. So poverty is not a spirit, it's a mindset. Poverty is a product of decisions made for you and decisions you have made for yourselves. So when you get to a place where you have discovered the 4 things I have mentioned, you can put it together and then let's find out what it translates to. When you translate these things I've just mentioned now into personal and entrepreneurial concept, we then get to realize the following things. Number 1, you can't put an unqualified person to grow a business. So you have to make sure that the person trying to grow a business or grow their lives financially are qualified in the affairs of financial intelligence. You must train yourself in the areas of financial intelligence. Why do I say that? Entrepreneurship is one of the most abused professions. Entrepreneurship is a profession. Entrepreneurship is a profession. Let me say that again, is a profession. If you want to become a doctor, you go to medical school. If you want to go to become an engineer, you go to engineering school. If you want to become an IT technician, you go to IT school. If you want to become an entrepreneur, you must go and learn entrepreneurship. 90% of the people that start businesses in Africa just start businesses out of default and then learn as time goes on. That is why our growth stagnates. That is why a lot of businesses cannot go beyond putting food on the table. Why? Because they are trying to operate business with a different and wrong mindset. Okay? The second thing is that your financial status is proportional to your level of financial intelligence. God cannot bless you beyond your mental capacity. You have to understand that. So I want to use this opportunity to assure you that the knowledge you'll be getting from me as far as creating the wealthy mind is concerned will enable you, equip you to start taking a step towards a progressive financial life. But it doesn't stop there, and that's why we have the School of Wealth. You will be able to see our advert for the School of Wealth. Those of you that are able to join us for our next intake should do that. Why am I saying this? We have a lot of people. I am a pastor. I pastor a church in Harare, Zimbabwe. We have a lot of people that are thronging churches, believing God for financial breakthrough, for business growth. And I have nothing wrong with that. But you have to understand that it is not possible for you to train to drive a bus and then take that same license and go to an airline and say, I am in the transport industry, and they will hire you to become a pilot. In other words, a bus driver, no matter how good he is, can never earn the salary of a pilot. Why? The world will pay you for the knowledge you have acquired, whether it is in business, whether it is in your career. That's why when they want to promote you in the corporate world, they send you for training again. Based on that, it is absolutely necessary that any of us calling ourselves Africans, indigenous people that want to go higher in business, that want to prosper, should make sure you invest time in financial intelligence. This is where I'm going to leave you for today, and I believe that this video will be on our Facebook page, the Empowerment School of Wealth, and we're also going to share it on our church page, Pastor Nick, that's the Redeemed House of God Church. I ask you, when you finish watching this video, if it has been a blessing to you, share it. We want to get this message to every African, no matter where they are. And I hope I've been a blessing to you. Looking forward to talking to you again next Monday. May God bless you. Bye-bye.
Every year, more people are facing financial challenges. Many people are struggling to meet their basic needs, and thousands of people are wondering how to pay their next bill. A lot of people are not even able to afford their basic human needs. Others have capital but don't know how to start a business. some people have businesses that are not growing. And there are different levels of limitations that are hindering indigenous entrepreneurs. And all these problems are caused by a poverty mindset and a lack of financial intelligence. Whichever of these challenges you are facing right now, there is a one-stop shop for financial success. Ladies and gentlemen, we introduce you to the School of Wealth, where we are training a new generation of financial champions. Established in 2009 by Dr. NICK OHIZU, we have 10 years experience of turning ordinary people into extraordinary success. This school will teach you how to start your own business, correct your own financial mistakes, raise capital, come out of debt, grow your personal finances, and become a more successful person in life, and so much more. Irrespective of the current economic difficulties, we believe that crisis is an opportunity waiting for those who are prepared for it. It takes only 4 months of study to change your life forever. Join the champions of 2019 and give yourself a financial head start. Our classes run Fridays at 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. For registration, please call 0735 532 194. Never postpone the opportunity to change your financial status. Register now.